Hello students, I am Parvesh Kumar from Golden Public School. Today in this video, I am going to explain the Ball poem which is written by John Berryman. Dear students, this poem is taken from class 10th English book. Okay students, let's see the explanation of the poem. Just the first stanza of the poem. Okay, what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merely bouncing down the street and then merely over. There it is in the water. Dear student, this is the poem about a boy who had a ball but he lost it. So in this first stanza, poet is telling us about his ball, how he lost his ball. Dear student, before the explanation of this stanza, I would like to tell you the meaning of difficult word. Just like here the word merely. Merely means cheerful. The next word is bouncing, that is jumping up and down. As you know, ball bounce. Okay students, now let us see the explanation of the just what is the boy now who has lost his ball. Actually in this stanza, poet tells that what the boy will do who has lost his ball. What is he to do? Actually what he will do, I saw it going. Here poet tells us that he himself saw the ball going. Where the ball going? Merely bouncing. Okay, how the ball was going? Merely bouncing. Where? Down the street, and then merely over there it is in the water. That means here poet tells us that he himself see that he himself sees that the ball merely bounced, goes down the street, and then went into a water body. Okay, students. So we can say that poet is talking about a boy who had lost his ball. In this stanza, poet is talking a boy who has lost his ball. He wants to know about him. Actually, the boy wants to know about that ball and his reaction because he has lost his ball. Okay, here we can say poets also wants what he will do, or he wants to know about the boy and about his reaction. Okay students, further he asked to himself, he asked himself, that means the poet asked himself, okay, that what this boy will do after losing this ball. Okay, yes, the poet has seen the ball going away from the boy. He says that the ball was cheerfully jumping up and down as the ball jump bounce. Okay, the poet has seen it. Okay, in the street. This means that when the ball escaped from boy's hand, it went into the street, and later on it fell into the nearby water. And the whole incident is seen by the poet. Dear students, if we talk about poetic device used by the poet in this stanza, we can say anaphora is used by the poet. Anaphora, that means use of repeated word in two or more lines. Just you see the first two lines. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? The word what. In the next line, again we get what. What is he to do? I saw it. That means the same word repeated in two lines. That is why anaphora is used by the poet. And not only anaphora, actually, we can say repetition. Just what is repeated. What is repeated. So we can say repetition is also used by the poet in this stanza. You can see what a repetition of the same word, that means repetition is also used by the poet in this stanza. Okay students, yes. So here I have already mentioned that anaphora is used. Why? Because there is a repetition of word in two line. Assonance, dear student, assonance, when a vowel sound is repeated in the same line. Okay, in the same line. Okay, when a same vowel sound is repeated, then we say assonance is used by the poet. So assonance is used by the poet here. In the same imaginary, we can say imaginary is also used when the poet says merely bouncing down the street. Merely bouncing down the street, that means we can imagination the bouncing of ball on the street. Okay student, that is why we can say imaginary is used when the line of the poem is written in such a way that they makes the reader to imagine the situation. At that time we can say imaginary is used. In this stanza, when the poet says merely bouncing down the street, the reader imaginate the ball in his imagination or in her imagination. So imaginary is also used. Okay students, now let us see the next stanza. Yes, this is the next stanza. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate seeking grief fixed the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him a dime. Another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. Dear students, it is really an important stanza of the poem. Really an important portion. Okay, before going the explanation, first I would like to tell you the meaning of difficult word. Just grief is used here. That means grief. That means sorrow. Sorrow. The next rigid. That means fixed. Fixed. Next word is also used by the poet. Yes, that is trembling. 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 Shaking. Okay. Next is harbor. That means a dock or port. We get about port and dock. Introde. Inventor. Intor. Inventor. Introde. Inventor. Dime. Actually the currency. 10 cent. Okay, worthless, that means valueless or useless. Valueless or useless. Now let us see the explanation of this stanza. Dear students, as we have seen in the first, no use to say, oh, there are other balls. Here poets tells us that there is no use to say to the boy that he would get the another ball. Okay, here the poet says that there is no benefit of counseling the boy by saying that he will get another ball. Okay, why? Because he has other balls too. He says so because the boy is feeling very sad. Okay, because the boy is feeling very sad. Why boy is feeling very sad? As he has lost his favorite ball. That is why he is very sad. Okay, students, he is completely surrounded by sadness. He is completely surrounded by sorrow. He is sad because all the memories of childhood days went down the harbor with the ball. That means all the memories of his childhood which were about that ball, okay, where they had gone, went down in the harbor. That means that place, okay, where the ball has gone. Okay, so here the poet says that is it is a very meaningful stanza, dear students. It gives us a message also. The poet says that the boy is very sad as the ball which has now gone into the water reminds him of those sweet memories of the time when he owned it, when he was the owner of that ball. Okay, this loss is unbearable for him because he has lost his favorite ball. So it is unbearable for him, dear student, and he is grief stricken. Now he is sad. He is in sorrow. Okay, the poet says that he cannot even tell the boy to take some money from him in order to buy another ball. Okay, students, what the poet tells here? The poet tells that there is no benefit to give the money to the boy, to give the money to the boy, or to give the another ball or the money for the another ball. It is worthless, useless. It is worthless, yani that means we can say useless. It is useless. Okay, now what the poet tells, that he sends his first responsibility. Now the boy sends his first responsibility. Okay, here we can say the poet says that the time has come for the boy to learn the responsibility of taking care of his things. He must learn that he should take care of his things, his belongings. Okay, students, it is a time to learn. If we talk about the literary device here, again we can see the repetition is used, just the word ball used here again and again. So we can see the repetition is used by the poet in this. Okay, here we can say the ball. So the repetition is used by the poet. Along with it, we can say what ascendant, that means no use of conjunction in the sentence, just like a dime, another ball is worthless. Okay, that means no conjunction is used here. So ascendant tone also used by the poet here. Okay, let us see the next stanza. Let us go for the next stanza. In a word of possession, here poet tells us the word, it is a word of possession. We are living in a word of possession. Okay, students, yes, so here the poet says, in a word of possession, people will take balls will be lost always, like little boy. That means ball is symbolized here. Okay, yes, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. Again, there is a message in the poem that money is external. Okay, yes, he is learning. He is learning well behind his disparate eyes. The epistemology of laws. How to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. That means here in this stanza, dear student, poet is telling us, just poet is telling us that we lose something in our life, but we have to learn to understand on their own, to face this situation on their own. The poet tries to tell us here. Okay, before the explanation, let us see the meanings of the word used in the passage in this stanza. Just if we talk about the possession, that means the ownership. Okay, the things we have are in our possession. Okay, students, so ownership, the things on which we have our ownership, that means the possessions. The next word, external. Here if we talk about things with which feelings are not attached. Okay, things with feelings are not attached. The next word, desperate means hopeless. Just the boy is desperate or the hopeless as he has lost his ball. Okay, the next word, epistemology. It is a Greek word. It originated from a Greek word episteme and means knowledge. It means knowledge. So dear student, here the poet says that the boy has to learn that it is the materialistic world. Many of his belongings were lost. That means we are living in the world where we have lost many things. Okay, students? Just so the boys have has to learn this thing. He has to learn this thing. Okay, just he personified the ball for his belonging. Here, ball is personified. Just it is used as a symbol of the belongings of Allah, the belonging of the boys. So these are personified. Okay. Yes, it the worldly thing or the relationship as he is in the possession of. Okay, that means ball is personified of his belonging or what as the worldly thing or about the relations which the boy have. So we can say personification is used by the poet here also. Okay, here he says that he has to learn to live without them no matter what. Okay, as he has to lose the things in this world, he has to lose the relationship and he has to learn to live without them. The poet says here, he says or the poet says no one can buy back such thing to him. Really, okay, a relation we can't buy another time. Okay, sometimes we have to lose our relatives. Sometimes we have to lose our favorite belongings which we can't buy again. Here poet tells us, the poet said, so because according to him money cannot buy you everything. And real student, really money cannot buy everything. We can buy many things using money, but we can't buy everything. Okay, by using money. If it does buy you some materialistic things, still it will not be able to buy the sense of belongings. One cannot buy the sense of belonging using money, dear student. He says that the boy is learning how to stand up against the sense of lost things. And really, we have to learn. This means that the boy is trying to learn the real truth of life, which states that you have to expect the miseries of life and stand up again. Dear student, there is a very strong message in the poem. This is the message about our real life, that in real life we have to face many miseries, many sorrows, many sadness, but we have to stand up again. So we have to learn to stand up again from these miseries, from sorrows. Okay, this is the truth which everyone has to learn his or her life. The harsh truth of standing up against the old miseries of life that everyone has to bear. Okay, students, really in our life we have to face many situations, we have to face many sorrows, we have to face many miseries, but we have to learn to face them. Okay, students? Yes. If we talk literary device used here, again we can say just buys a ball back. A ball back. B is repeated. First letter as a consonant is repeated, that we can say alliteration is used by the poet. Here we get a line, he is learning well behind his disparate eyes. He is learning well behind his disparate eyes. E vowel is repeated in this line, so assonance is used. when a vowel is repeated in a single line, used in different word in a single line, maybe on different places, assonance is used. So in this line, assonance is used by the poet. Just ball word is repeated, so repetition is used. Okay, students. If we talk about the rhyming scheme of the poem, we can say there is no rhyming scheme in this poem. Okay, student. Now let us see the summary of the poem. Okay, just as we have read, the poem is talking about a little boy who has lost his ball. He was playing with his ball. The ball escaped from his hand and went into the water body. Okay, students, what the boy was doing? The boy was playing with the ball. Where had the ball? Where has the ball gone? The ball has gone into a water body. Okay, yes, the poet says that the sight of the boy losing his favorite ball made him think about the boy and his reaction in this situation. Dear student, poet tells that he wants to know the reaction and the situation of in this situation he want to see the reaction of the boy. Further, he says that the boy was helpless, looking into the water where his ball has gone. Really, the boy was helpless, the hopeless, because he has lost his favorite ball. Okay, student, just and he got so immersed in his sorrow that he kept standing near the harbor. Harbor, we can say near the water body for a very long time. He remained standing there for a long time, watching there to searching the ball. Okay? Yes, the poet says that he could not console him. The poet did not console him. Why? Because the poet want the boy should learn the responsibilities. Okay? So, here, yes, he also that he may get new ball, or he could also give him some money to buy another ball. Poet can give some money to boy, but he stops himself from doing so. Why? Because he thinks that the money may bring a new ball but will not bring the memories and the feelings attached to the lost ball. So he did not give the money to the boy. He further says that the time has come for the boy that he should learn his responsibility. The poet wants to say that now the boy will learn the tough lesson of the life. And what is the tough lesson? The lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life. And what? That one day we will lose our loved ones, our loved things, and we have to face those situations. The boys have to learn. Dear students, in this video I have explained the poem. I have told you the summary of the poem. I think the video will be helpful to you. Thank you.